Hi, I'm Sanket and this is my friend Riya. We are both here to talk about data science. Now that you have watched the softer side of data science and scientists, you're all set to learn the science of data science. So let's start with the first step in the life cycle of data science, EDA or Exploratory Data Analysis.
Data, as you may have seen, is commonly stored in the form of tables with one row per topic and multiple columns providing more information. The information in the columns may be numeric or categorical. We humans are not very good at looking at a column of numbers or multiple columns in a large spreadsheet and then determining important characteristics of the data and gaining important information. We find staring at numbers and making sense of them to be difficult, boring, and overwhelming.
Exploratory data analysis techniques, EDA for short, have been devised as a rescuer in such situations. These techniques work in part by concealing certain aspects of the data while making other parts more clear, thus reducing the information overload. By summarizing the information, these techniques generate crisp insights like what is the average revenue or what is the most common income level and so on. Thus, the very first steps a great data scientist takes when starting a new project is EDA, and it is also the first topic you would learn on your journey through this course. This knowledge is required to build great models that would score highly in terms of model performance metrics.
To summarize, EDA is the process of getting to know the data, understanding it, getting comfortable with it, and spotting high-level trends and insights, typically through graphical or non-graphical methods. Now, graphical methods help you explore the data pictorially. Non-graphical methods involve the calculation of summary statistics. Secondly, each of these methods could either be univariate, one variable study, or multivariate, multiple variable study.
Let's discuss the graphical methods, or more technically, data visualization tools. Here is a clipping from the upGrad data science course where Mr. S. Anand, CEO of Graminer, speaks about why the visual method works.
So what data visualization does, among other things, is increase data density, the amount of visual information that you can convey, to a much higher level. Because we are seeing these as pixels, as imagery rather than numbers, our ability to interpret them also grows. So we can see more things and therefore find more patterns from these.
So you see, whenever you are starting out, you must have a basic idea of what it is that you're looking for. Then EDA tools are at your disposal and will help you mine the insights you need from it. Remember, if you torture the data long enough. Once you frame a hypothesis, you can use EDA to discover patterns, spot anomalies, and check your assumptions.
Here is another clip from the upGrad course where Mr. S. Anand speaks about how they found anomalies for an energy utility company using the data visualization technique of the histogram. Histogram is a graph where the number of observations are plotted as bars for a given variable. For example, if we were to look at the histogram of heights for a group of people, then we would plot the height of the x-axis with the number of men of a given height as bars.
There are very few people with high meter readings, very few people with very low meter readings. But what was happening was there were huge spikes at 50 units, 100 units, 200 units, 300 units, which are precisely at the slab boundaries. And the way the state builds these is if you move from one slab to another, there is a big jump in the tariff. It's not an incremental jump, it's a huge jump. So if my meter reading crosses 100, I get a huge penalty. So I have a strong incentive to keep the meter reading at 100.
In this course, you would also learn about the concept of derived metrics that make your EDA richer and help you effectively learn from data. For instance, if you are working with a cricket batsman dataset, you would derive batting strike rate for a batsman as the average number of runs scored per 100 balls faced. The higher the strike rate, the more effective a batsman is at scoring quickly, which is what makes this derived metric very useful in case you were looking for top strikers.
With your newfound EDA skills, you would be able to create a mental model for your data and identify whether the results of your data science models are correct or not.
Fancy, no? Now that you have successfully understood the first step in the data science lifecycle, you are ready for the next stage, statistics, which you will get to know about in the next episode.